Welcome to another episode of Rectec Reels. I'm Henna, the Commercial Success Manager here at Rectec, and joining me today is James from Adbuilder, and we're going to be talking about all things job adverts. So James, if you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi, I'm James from Adbuilder, and we help recruiters save hours writing job adverts.
Wish I knew that sort of thing existed when I was a recruiter. James, thanks so much for joining me. And I'm quite keen to actually hear about what some common mistakes are that recruiters make when it comes to writing job adverts.
Well, probably the single biggest mistake that we see is they choose an inappropriate or incorrect job title. And what I mean by that is often a client will give a recruiter an internal job title to use, and they use that as the basis for their advert. But what they're not doing is thinking about what their target hire will be searching for. And often it's a lowest common denominator version of that job title. And if they want to get the best response to their advert, they need to use that job title, not the one necessarily the client's given them. So the best piece of advice for that is to think backwards and think about who your target hire is and what they're actually searching for. And that's the job title you should use. And that's probably the single biggest mistake that we see on job ads.
Right. I never knew that. Never knew that. And I think a lot of people watching this will probably be thinking the exact same thing. Okay. So with that in mind, then, what are things that you think people should be including in job adverts, but typically aren't?
Well, specifically using the job title concept and moving that forward, I don't know whether it's a well-known fact or not, but the job board algorithms aren't particularly complicated and they often work on keyword density. So a really good way of getting your job advert to the top of any job search ranking for a particular job title is to contextually mention that job title 4 or 5 times throughout the advert. Right. You can't mention it 4 or 5 times together at the end because it'll be construed as spamming by the job board. But if you can drop it in a specific point, so things like you could say the responsibilities for this so role will include, and you can list them out, or the ideal person for this job title role will be. If you can start to do that and mention that 4 or 5 times throughout the piece, what that then does, it gives you all the SEO juice that your advert needs to get it towards the top of any particular job search. So assuming you've got the right job title and you've then done the second bit correct, you get more of the right people seeing your advert, which hopefully leads to better applications and more chance of you filling the role and making more money.
Such an interesting point, and another thing I never thought to do. So James, as an absolute pro when it comes to writing job adverts, what advice would you give to somebody who's actually just looking to overall improve the way that they're writing their ads?
Yeah, we hear this quite a lot, actually. So I think the best advice is to think about the job seeker, think about the person who's actually reading your advert. Always be thinking, what's in it for me? So the structure of your advert, the order in which you write the advert, it's really important. You've got to be selling the opportunity throughout the piece as well. But if you think about the amount of space you've got on a mobile phone, most job seekers are using their mobiles to actually search as well for an advert. So when you think about the real estate on a window and the level of attention you've got 7 or 8 seconds to grab their attention. The opening paragraph is super important. And if you can take that philosophy of what's in it for me from the perspective of your target hire and apply that all the way through the advert, then you're onto a winner. Because ultimately you're trying to get them, we call it nodding and scrolling. So you want them to nod, scroll, get to the end. And by the time they've reached the end of the advert, they're clicking the apply button and sending you their CV. So if you can think like that in terms of structure, order, that human psychology of, that's me, then hopefully you'll get more applications and fill more roles and make more money.
Yeah, which is everybody's end goal, isn't it? Amazing. So thank you so much for joining me today, James. And if you are looking for some new recruitment technology for your business and you want to take advantage of our comparison tool, don't forget you can access it by going to our website, which is rectec.io, and we will be keen to have a chat with you. But James, thanks so much for joining me, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.